Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Moist Venus. I will be your host tonight. I am joined today by the wonderful Yatoila. Thank you for
Hello,
joining me
hello.
today, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me.
Excellent. Yeah, I love having you. Excellent co-caster slash main caster while I'm casting. But we have an exciting game for you guys tonight. We are in Division C West, and we're going to be watching 4+1 take on Massive Whiff. 4+1 will be the blue team. Massive Whiff will be on the right on the red. Uh, Thank you for joining us in Twitch and on the stream as well. Our Windrunner right off the bat says, I'm here to officially moisten my weenus. Haven't been able to have the chance to watch the stream. Well, welcome. Moisten up as much as you want, and feel free to ask us any questions that you have in Twitch chat as we move on. All right, so Yatoila, you've been doing a little bit of research on these teams. Is there anything that you want to talk about before we jump into the draft?
Um, Nothing too crazy. See a lot of Genji Tracer on one team. See a Kerrigan on one team, which I'm always excited for Kerrigan. So hopefully we see that. One of them was talking about some Vikings. I told him that we personally would disqualify him if he doesn't pick Vikings. So we kind of have that going for
Yes, TLV or Riot, I believe, is the new hashtag that is trending on Twitter. Once again, both of these teams, I could not find an active logo for them, so I just threw some stuff up there, and hopefully that'll be okay. But I think without further ado, I think we're going to jump right into this draft.
Alrighty.
All right, and away we go. Actually, I'm going to confirm that the teams are still ready.
Always
Just
a good idea.
yeah, I asked them if they were ready earlier. They said yes, and then we had to play all these intros that just take forever. So, just checking with the teams here. All right. There's some good banter going on right now. Ready, ready. Okay, here we go. All right, let's switch over to draft, and away we go. Game one is going to be taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. This was 4+1's pick, so Massive Whiff will get first ban, first pick.
Always love these. First band, first pick on this map. Oh, it's always exciting, especially with Division C. You don't typically see the standard support show.
Yeah, there's lately I've seen Phoenix is not really making it through very often, and that's understandable. Just because I feel like he's still really, really strong. Um, I'm hoping that we see a Deckard Cain pick here so that we have to redo the entire draft. That would be fun. Yeah, Deckard Cain, I think he'll be available in 2 weeks. So sometimes, I feel like sometimes they let him come in, like, instead of a full 14 days, they'll do like 13 days. And so, like,
I think we just changed it. It used to be 14.
mm-hmm.
So it used to be the second Tuesday after release. I believe this season NGS decided to change it to the second Monday since we start on Mondays.
Yeah, that seems to be nice just to open up that new hero on the first Monday game of the week. So we see Hanzo picked up by Massive Whiff as the first ban. So there will be no Hanzo, and immediately Phoenix gets banned from 4+1. So we will not be seeing either of these heroes tonight. But now we
I'm okay
see,
with that.
yeah, now we see a hero that actually is going to make it into gameplay tonight. So
Well, let's see if the Maiev gets picked up. She's been pretty strong still after all this time. Um, I understand the Hanzo ban. I've been begging my team captain to ban Hanzo every time we get. I hate playing against him.
yeah,
Oh,
yep.
oh, I can't say enough bad things about him.
Stukov. Yeah, I've seen a lot of priority on Stukov right now. I feel like he might be one of the strongest, if not the strongest hero right now. Also good, really
Not
on
a huge
any map.
surprise. Ruben has a lot of Stukov mouth games this season. Um,
Okay.
it's not a huge surprise there. The other thing is, I believe Pedro is the support on 4+1, and he does not have a lot of Stukov. I believe his top three were Lucio, Alex, and then Stukov was last, but
Okay.
it wasn't quite as much, and he has almost no Malfurion.
Well, this might not hurt them too bad then if they weren't planning on picking up the Stukov.
I really like the Lucio pick. I love Lucio as a healer. I love what he can do with his boops. The only scary part is picking him into a Diablo, and that's really the worst part. And they're gonna pick the Diablo up. They are gonna take Malfurion though.
Interesting.
All right then.
Yeah, I like Diablo on this map. There's when there's so many more minions in the lane because of all the spiders, he can just get to his 100 souls. I feel a little bit faster, a little more quickly than on maps that don't have that increased wave volume. So I like that.
There's lots of wall bangs here too. He has really good follow up with the Malfurion. So I've always Stukov Malfurion, Stukov, or sorry, Diablo Malfurion, Diablo Stukov, both fantastic sort of characters to play with. They have a lot of synergy there between both the root and the.
Yeah, you get the APOC from Diablo, and you're right. There's a lot of walls to be thrown against. Every time you go to turn in gems, you're positioning yourself at least on one wall, sometimes multiple walls. So, ETC and Tracer.
They just picked the Tracer into the Diablo. That's kind of scary. Diablo Malfurion specific. That's a little terrifying.
Yeah, especially if you can line that up. If you put roots behind the Diablo will charge, stun, and then flip into the roots. Let's see if they can pull that off, because that would be quite exciting.
It's scary. The Tracer pick doesn't surprise me though. Mama, who I believe is the one that's probably playing it, has like 50 some odd games on Tracer over the last 60 days, and the next highest character is like 4 games.
Oh wow!
It's a massive difference. Same thing with Zanzibar and Genji and Shizzle and Kerrigan. Massive games on those characters, not so much underneath it.
Yeah. Well, we did get a little bit of information from 4+1 when we were talking. A couple team members have made have removed themselves from the roster, and they're no longer on the team for right now. And then we're seeing the first time I've seen Twitchy Neon coming onto their team. So I don't know if you have any information on them, but we'll see. I guess 4+1 wanted to mix it up a little bit. They've had a little bit of a rough start at the beginning of this season, so maybe they're just looking to mix things up and try something new.
Yeah, I think so. 4+1 is they have 1 draw and 3 losses, so I mean they're definitely looking for a win here. They're gonna see the variant ban stopped from the Tracer, although 4+1 already has the Diablo, so I really don't feel like I kind of feel like that was a wasted ban. I don't feel like they were gonna take 2 main tanks like that.
Yeah, with picking the Diablo early, I could see them, being picked out of that pickup on Varian. They might have been a little bit more scared if they hadn't picked up a tank yet, because I mean, once you go taunt, which is pretty much what you want to counter the Tracer, to hold her in place, like that locks you into a hard tank. So.
Well, and Varian at 4 now, his getting taunt so early has been really scary. I know my team had a game the other day where we picked a Varian to counter a Tracer, and we actually used the Varian to kind of beat the shit out of the ETC.
Nice.
We didn't even care about the Tracer. We'd ignore the Tracer, we'd kill the ETC, and then the moment Tracer would try to come in, we would just wipe the floor with her because she no longer had.
Yeah, so multiple different uses for Varian. We see Gul'dan and Greymane picked up.
Love the Greymane.
From 4+1. So I like that they have a little bit of burst potential, and they also have a little bit of sustained damage from Gul'dan, sustained damage, and of course the burst from Greymane.
You get the Greymane, you get a Diablo stun across the wall with Tracer, you get the flip into Roots, you get a full Greymane combo, the E into Worgen form plus an auto plus a Razor swipe. Tracer gets deleted. I mean, unless Stukov has a rolling hot on her and bio kill switch up, that Tracer's gone.
Yeah, you gotta be really careful. Tracer has a lot of mobility, but if you pin her down, she's in trouble.
This is the map for it.
Yeah, yep, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of dangerous passages that you could be taking. Kerrigan and the KT for massive whiff.
Okay, so
a lot of damage.
Kerrigan in the solo lane. I don't see another choice there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I don't like her in the solo lane. I mean, there's way better picks. Sonya. Yeah, that's Yorick if you wanted. Junkrat.
Yeah, that's a very good point. They don't really have a very good solo laner. I mean, they might put ETC up in the solo lane, but he doesn't really get a whole lot of clear until he starts doing AoE damage to minions, and then that locks you into that. So it'll be interesting. Maybe, I mean, it looks like early game gank squad is what it looks like
We get
for
the
Massive Whiff.
Tyrael pickup.
Tyrael's good for anti dive, so maybe
Good anti-dive, good synergy with Greymane, good synergy with Diablo. The only thing I worry about here is that Gul'dan gets left, and Gul'dan gets left behind with the Tracer up. Tracer's gonna shred him.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So if they don't kill the Tracer first, they're gonna lose the Gul'dan. I really see no way around that unless unless Malfurion's sitting on the KT. But even then, it's pretty easy for Tracer to get around the roots if she's playing smart.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I think Massive Whiff is going to be trying to do a rotational gank strategy in the very beginning because they don't really have solid offlaners, but solo laners. 4+1, they have the Greymane that can solo. You could solo on Gul'dan, but you probably want him to get stacks of some kind. Diablo
Probably be
King,
the
kind
Tyrael.
of. It's Tyrael.
So,
yeah.
I
Tyrael
don't
also an option.
Normally, I really don't like Tyrael in solo. He kind of has to play this really passive solo, right? He doesn't do a lot of damage to the minions. You don't want to waste your mana trying to kill him because your 2 abilities really don't do that much. Normally, you play it, you pop your shield on your minions so they don't take as much damage, and you just sort of war of attrition it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, that doesn't work, right? Sonya, Blaze, Leo, they really don't care about your shield, and you're not going to deal that much damage to him either. If he's going against the Kerrigan, though, it may not be too bad for him.
Yeah, we'll see how it all works out, and here we go. We are getting into game 1 of 4+1 versus Massive Whiff. On the blue team for 4+1, we have Pedro on the Malfurion. We have Twitchy Neon playing the Tyrael. Geek72 on the Diablo. Fidel Cashflow, nice name, on the Greymane. And we have True Bite on the Gul'dan.
And on the right side, we have Massive Whiff with Stu Cobb being played by Ruben Ripper, ETC played by Zanzibar, K Shizzle on the Kerrigan, Zane KT on the KT, and Mama's Meat on the Tracer.
All right, so we're going to see all 10 members come to the mid here, exchange some sprays.
A little bit of poke out on the Diablo, nothing crazy. They have a Malfurion.
Yeah, they're just going to tickle each other's fancy for a little bit.
We do see sharpened blades on Kerrigan, which typically means they're going for a really divey comp with the ETC. Or maybe she took it to help clear.
Could be. I think they're going to start rotating. I think they're going to do a 4-man rotation. Yeah, and it looks like Kerrigan is going to be going down to the solo lane for Massive Whiff to do that clearing down there.
It looks like Greymane's going to join her. I don't think Greymane wins this lane, to be completely honest with you.
A huge Stukov silence and pick on Diablo. Well played. First kill goes to Massive Whiff.
It looks like they want more. That Gul'dan stepping dangerously close to the Tracer.
Yeah, and in the bottom lane, Fidel Cashflow is taking a lot of damage from K Shizzle. K Shizzle, if he lands the combo, there it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice play.
I felt like that was going to go poorly. We have Tracer. She's got her pulse bomb up. She's looking to throw it at someone's face. This is already not looking very good for 4+1.
Well, they're a little bit behind. They're down a couple kills, and they're about down, about a little over half a level. I do like Gul'dan has 9 stacks already of Echoed Corruption, so he's putting in some work there. That's good. We see more gems stored right now. Not deposited, but stored on the side of Massive Whiff, so they're a little bit ahead in that game as well. They've swapped Gul'dan down to the bottom lane and have moved Greymane into the 4-man rotation.
Oh, that was dangerous. He managed to dodge the Kerrigan combo. Alive for another day.
True Bite getting very low.
Best lane.
And still staying in lane. That's very dangerous, it would seems.
I feel like they need to rotate the Tyrael down. I don't know why Tyrael's rotating. He doesn't bring any kill pressure for them whatsoever. He has no CC. The Greymane would be much better served. Diablo going in on the Stukov, and it looks like Diablo is going to pay for it.
Tracer getting the kill, final last hits on that Diablo, but also landing the bomb as well, doing a lot of damage. Ruben Ripper's going to turn in. He's got 13 gems. We've got 20 gems in the bank right now for Massive Whiff.
We got 21. They need another 9. And, oh, Greymane almost died again from a Kerrigan combo. He is just not having a good day.
No one can really match this Kerrigan's play right now. Gul'dan and Greymane keep switching back and forth, trying to take that lane, but it's not working. This Kerrigan is owning that lane. Diablo jumping in up top.
The only thing I can think of is for them to throw the Malfurion down there with one of their DPS, but
then
I
you're
don't know if I want Malfurion in the lane with a Kerrigan.
Yeah, that could go south quick.
I mean, these Stukov silences have been pretty solid. They're not getting a whole lot of value out of getting the Gul'dan damage on them.
Yeah, Gul'dan, that's another reason that I don't think they want Gul'dan to be in this bottom lane, is he needs to stack his quest if he's going to be putting out more damage. Kerrigan jumping in on the Gul'dan. Oh, and 4+1 gets the kill on the Kerrigan. They protect their teammate.
So here's something that I find interesting. You got, what, 1 kill on the side of 4+1, 3 kills on the side of Massive Whiff. And the Tracer decides to go untouchable. I love it. I absolutely love it. That means Tracer is expecting not to die. This is a talent that Tracer takes when she is not afraid and has no respect for the kill potential.
Well, with the way things are going so far, you know, I kind of agree with that pickup. 30% damage increase, I believe, if you stack it all the way up.
Yeah.
Yep, if you get all the stacks.
All bonuses lost on death, but, you know, I really don't think she's afraid of dying right now.
Fidel cash flow.
The Diablo. Ooh. It's close.
Yeah, Greymane getting out. He was positioned poorly. Kerrigan rotates up and on to Greymane. Misses the combo.
And the Tracer's going to go in.
Tracer's there. Wow. What a dangerous combo.
Right, and the worst part is Tracer doesn't even have to be within range to start the combo.
Right.
Kerrigan gets the combo. 2 seconds later, there's Tracer dashing in and finishing them off.
So we have turn-ins available for both teams. Massive Whiff only has 20 in. 4+1 has 48. They only need 2 more gems in. Pedro has 2 of them there.
Malfurion.
Yeah, all 2 gems.
We see Jumper, so extra blink charge, but increased cooldown for her. We do see a full Flame Strike build going on with that KT. Kerrigan going Bladed Momentum. Got Echo Pedal, so extra wave clear out of that ETC.
13 stacks of convection on Zane KT, so, you know, more than halfway there. 26 stacks of Echoed Corruption on Gul'dan.
Diablo's going to go in again by himself, and the Tracer is just does not want anything to do with him. Oh,
Pedro
great.
gets chased down by the Tracer.
Yeah, Wizened Duelist on Greymane. Diablo actually took Spell Armor.
The first turn-in, though.
Not surprising. KT, Stukov, Tracer, Kerrigan.
First turn-in does go to 4+1, though. It's very interesting. So they do manage to get those 2 last gems in.
You see Diablo at 60 stacks now, so he's getting a little more tanky now, especially with that Spell Armor. 26 stacks on Echoed Corruption, still a little bit there. They're going to go ahead and push that bottom lane in, see if they can grab this keep. And I really don't think anyone's going to stop them.
Yeah, we do see rotation coming down from Massive Whiff, going to mid, taking out the first Web Weaver top, taking out mid, and now they're coming down bottom, but I think they're going to be too late to save this keep. Or this, fort, rather.
This is really good for Massive Whiff. They got 2 gates. 2 gates, a tower, and then bot lane.
And a lead to 10. They're almost about to hit 10 right now, so they did get that XP lead.
You know what? They're almost a lead to 10, but they only have 20 gems. They can't really flex that 10 lead because all Massive Whiff have to do is play back.
Yeah, I feel like...
They wave back. There's no reason for them to fight into the 10, right? They don't have a turn-in. They just play this slowly.
Yeah, we're going to see a turn-in right now, yeah. Massive Whiff is going to turn in bottom, and they're going to be able to get all these in.
Was kind of a ballsy play on their part. That could have ended very badly. Diablo had known, one Diablo in, plus APOC, plus Judgment. You do
Yeah.
see the Judgment coming out of Tyrael, so he's going for the more aggressive. We got Twilight Dream, Purify, and go for the throat. And on Massive Whiff, we have Massive Shove, Mosh Pit, Maelstrom, Pulse Rounds, and Phoenix. I really don't like the Pulse Rounds pickup, but that's just me.
We'll see if they'll put them to good use. Everyone plays their heroes different. It's nice to see other builds being able to be picked up.
Maybe the Tracer's doing it for some extra untouchable stacks, right? More Pulse Bombs comes out, maybe more kill opportunities.
Could be. 4+1 is looking to possibly rotate and flank Massive Whiff, but ETC doing a good job of staying out in front. Kerrigan going in on True Bite. Gul'dan taking a lot of damage, and the bomb takes him down.
Tracer does not care at all about that APOC.
Nope, she is diving in. ETC is getting a little bit low. He's gonna be backing up. Zane KT in trouble, backing behind the gate as well, hitting the well, tapping up. So Gul'dan and Kerrigan both go down there, 1 for 1. Could have been worse.
Unfortunately, this favors Massive Whiff, right? That's another untouchable stack for them because Tracer wasn't the one that was killed.
Tracer,
and every stack of untouchable is just that much more damage is going to come out of her, especially with the buffs that she received to her auto attacks. She is going to be messy.
I agree. Massive Whiff is going to go ahead and pick up their Bruiser camp on the right. And for right now, we're going to get another small turn in from Pedro.
We do see that 4+1 has a turn in.
Twitchy Neon's trying to get 20 coins in. And does. Oh no.
Pulse bomb
almost.
And Gul'dan's gonna fall. Maelstrom's popped. Ooh, Mosh on the Malfurion Diablo. Malfurion's gonna fall, and I think they're gonna pick up the Diablo too.
Yep, and the Diablo. That's a big play. It's a big play for Massive Whiff. They stopped 20 gems from going in.
And that was 3 stacks of untouchable for that Tracer. That's another 6% auto damage. Stop the turn in, and now they're a full level lead.
Yep, that talent tier could come into play if they decide to fight.
We do see the bullet spray coming out of Tracer, so better wave clear. Oh, Kerrigan's gonna fall to Greymane in the bot, and Greymane is not gonna get away from that.
That's gonna be a one for one, but
once again, it's not worth it though.
Nope, they're
Tracer
sacrificing.
Just got another 2%.
Yeah, sacrifice the Kerrigan and get the kill on the Tracer. It still counts as a net win for sure.
And I mean, Tracer's got what, 7 stacks left? She's already up to 16% bonus basic attack damage.
Yeah, and she's let's see how many kills. She's got 3 kills so far. She's 3-0, so she's putting in some work. Looking at the hero.
Gul'dan's at 51k hero damage. Tracer's a little behind. 30k. She's 20k less than the Kerrigan. Kerrigan's very aggressive though. 4 deaths. She's the highest in the game right now, and the only deaths on the team of Massive Whiff. We see a few gems dropped here. Nothing major. We still got a little ways to go before turn in. 4+1 still has their turn in. Maybe they sneak at bot. Maybe not.
I think they might try. I mean, they really don't have a whole lot of vision. They have a little bit mid with that camp that's pushing there, but I mean, they do now. They see 4 members of Massive Whiff top, so maybe they will try and sneak this in. And trade it for a fort.
They could.
Yeah, 32 gems on Twitchy Neon.
Say even if Massive Whiff was taking boss, I would turn it right now.
Yep, 4+1 gets the turn in. Let's see if they can get some traction moving in other lanes. They got the fort bottom.
ETC being very patient right now, just waiting for someone to walk up.
Bush Party Magoo.
All 5 in. You know, Massive Whiff doesn't have to worry about top lane.
All right, he has been spotted.
It'll disappear before he even gets in there.
Spotted by Tyrael, a little bit of zoning from Malfurion.
Nothing crazy, some poke.
Both the lanes.
That spider's already almost dead.
Both the lanes, top and bottom, are pushed back pretty far. So Massive Whiff has a little bit of an advantage there. They're going to take down this middle web weaver and then think about possibly taking out top. Looks like they're going to match exactly where 4+1 are going to go. 4+1.
It was a smart move on their part.
Yeah, 4+1 are setting up a possible push party here. There's the Tracer, but she just zips right back out.
She is playing all in that silence right now. She is daring Diablo to charge her through the silent.
Very slippery.
Judgment comes out. APOC. KT is taking some damage. Tyrael gets thrown out. KT is going to drop from the Greymane.
Malfurion
going ham on that Greymane.
Oh, and Tracer is running.
Is comboed. And no, Tracer can't finish it.
But they do get the kill on Greymane.
Diablo's running. Tyrael's running. Is that 3 for 1?
That is 3 for 1. We do see this Web Weaver pushing through bottom though. So, I mean, they got the keep wall down and the towers, the gate, then the towers, not the walls. But they get
still up 16 though. So they didn't take the keep.
They didn't get the keep, but they got about half, almost half of its health down. So at least that's something.
Definitely good for the next push. It's not something that Massive Whiff can afford to ignore next time, because it will go down with the next Web Weaver.
Twitch and Neon going to go ahead and turn in. Yeah, Twitch and Neon's going to go ahead and turn in the gems that they have right now, just to get those off of their backs. And you're right, yeah, the Bruiser Camp was picked up by Massive Whiff, so that's going to be pushing. We do have enough for a turn-in for Massive Whiff, so they're probably looking to turn that in where they can.
Diablo charges in, the ETC coming up from behind and is now rooted. Massive shove the Tyrael out. Tracer goes in, ETC interrupts the Twilight Dream.
Malfurion will fall. Diablo diving back in on this Kerrigan combo coming out. ETC gets deleted, and this
we are now 13 stacks of untouchable.
And this will pretty much ensure that we can get a safe turn in. Oh, maybe a boss play here from Massive Whiff. They want the boss and turn in at the same time, so they're gonna go up there and start it.
Kind of in the game.
I like this call.
It's definitely the right call. They have a camp pushing bot lane, or mid lane, sorry. The Greymane is going to go ahead and go down there, grab the siege camp, kind of de-push the spiders a little bit, but bottom lane is not really what Massive Whiff is looking for. They're looking for this top lane.
4+1 can't really defend this either, so...
Looks like they're going to try, though.
Tyrael's going to go in and try and steal it.
No!
Oh!
He got it! He got it!
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Huge steal. That was a great play.
Man.
That was amazing. I didn't think he could do it, and he did. I'm sorry for doubting you.
So, unfortunately, there was a huge misplay with Massive Whiff. They put the Tracer and the Kerrigan up to try to stop the Tyrael, and they left the ETC on the boss. What they should have done is they should have left Tracer and Kerrigan on the boss, and then the moment the boss is going to die, the moment that Tyrael Q came out, you stun him.
Diablo does get picked as well as Malfurion, and so Massive Whiff, now they're still chasing. They're going to probably take down Geek 72. Diablo does fall, and they lost the boss, but they actually cleaned up the boss pretty quickly.
Clean up the boss. You know, this spider's about to go down. Bottom spider's half health. Mid spider's gone. Yeah, they didn't really get a whole... I mean, they got a few kills, right? So they're going to push this in. You know, you have 10 seconds until Gul'dan comes up. Maybe they take the keep.
Yeah, this is definitely not what they were hoping for, but they might still get their prize of this first full keep. I think they will.
I think they're gonna take it.
Phoenix going down.
Malfurion just coming up. Yeah.
Mama's Meat taking a little bit of beef from Gul'dan, but will just get out.
You know, they are up 20 now. We see the upgrade to Massive Shove coming out. We see Bolt of the Storm out of the ETC, Nexus Blades out of the Kerrigan, extra living bombs on living bombs on living bombs from the KT, and Total Recall coming out of the Tracer. So now that Tracer can get up close and personal with the Greymane, recall away and get all her health back without care.
Massive Whiff has enough gems just to do another turn-in right away. It looks like they're... Oh, yep. That camp resets and then disappears, so that camp won't be able to be picked up by either team.
And look at how scary this is, though. Look at how far top lane is pushed.
All the lanes,
that spider's
really.
Coming all the way up to the gate of the fort. You got same thing with mid lane, and bot lane will be there shortly.
I feel like Massive Whiff wants to keep
Oh, Judgment comes out. KT is...
Apoc.
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
Zane
Gul'dan
KT is
goes
running.
down. Malfurion goes down. I was so busy looking at the KT, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Yep.
I was so focused on that KT dropping health.
Oh, this chase is still happening in bottom. The Tracer...
Kerrigan is going down. They are going to get the Mosh on Tyrael and Diablo. And they're just going to use it to push down the fort.
Tracer does end up getting that Greymane in the bottom as well. Twitchy Neon getting very low right now. Does fall.
This is the end. Tyrael goes down. Diablo's the only one up. Just smash
You're right.
core.
That's it. That is game one. Game one going to Massive Whiff.
You know, it's a fantastic call on their part to stay up that high, that far. They had 20. They had the turn in. They knew that they were going to be just fine. The boss was a little bit unfortunate. Definitely sort of a mix-up of who should be zoning the Tyrael there. The Kerrigan is not a good option for that. Definitely should have sent the ETC, but it kind of worked out in the end. They got 21st, and they flexed it.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at the screen at the end game statistics, 24 kills to 5. Massive Whiff was bloodthirsty this game. I feel like we saw that in the draft, that they were building to get kills and not necessarily to do off lane and to soak those lanes with the solo laners, even though Kerrigan turned out to do just fine. But, you know, Tracer 9-0.
You know, look at the damage for their team, too. 35k out of the Kael'thas, 37k out of the Kerrigan, 38k. You don't even have someone hard carrying. That's all three of their damage dealers just pumping damage every single fight.
Yeah, more damage coming out on Massive Whiff's side than for 4+1. I feel like 4+1, they did have some very good plays, though. That Twitchy Neon boss steal was epic. I feel like...
Unfortunately, it screwed them in the end, right? Like, they saw the boss. Massive Whiff lost the boss. They saw the boss. 4+1 ran in because Tyrael was getting the shit beaten out of him. And Massive Whiff said, fine, you want boss? Take it. We'll kill all the people in your team that come up to save you. We'll wipe boss. And then we'll push down and take your fort anyway.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a lose-lose. If you get spiders on top of the boss, that's also something that you probably wouldn't be able to defend. I feel like if Tyrael was able to snag the boss and then and probably die because you're in the middle of the enemy team, but if all 4 other members of 4+1 were able to get out, then they might have been able to put up more of a defense. I
wish I'd seen the sync out of Tyrael. I think that would have saved Malfurion and Greymane and Diablo a couple of times. I really don't like Judgment.
Yeah.
There's really... The only person that can follow the Judgment is Diablo because of his charge.
Mm-hmm.
Greymane still has to get a little bit close to be able to E in, and you do not want to E in immediately as Greymane. You want to play back. You want to E in when someone's at about half health so you can quickly, EQ R, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hit them with the charge, hit them with the razor swipe, hit them with the go for the throat, wipe them up, take out one person immediately, and then kind of fiddle around, right? You now get an extra charge with the go for the throat. Maybe you throw yourself a Tracer real quick. Maybe you throw yourself at someone else. Honestly, I really don't like the Tyrael pick to begin. I think they should have picked maybe a Sonya into this. Especially, you have Blaze down. You've got Varian out, Phoenix out, Hanzo out. I mean, unless the Kerrigan, KT, and Tracer try to go into the Sonya has a lot of pickup here. Blow up on the Tracer. She can take out half a Tracer's health in an instant, plus some.
Yeah.
Same thing for the Kerrigan and Kael'thas.
Well, we'll see. Maybe they'll be able to mix it up next game. 4+1. We're going to go into game 2. The next match that we have, map, is going to be Volskaya, and this was picked by Massive Whiff, so we'll see. Maybe the first pick, first ban will lend itself to 4+1, but we're going to get into that game next. I'm just going to put you guys on hold for a minute, and then we'll come back to you with game 2. All right, guys, hold tight. right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Apache attack helicopters, what have you. This is going to be game 2. I gotta update the score. It helps when you can actually see that too. All right, so game 1 is gonna go to Massive Whiff. We'll just put that up there for you
You
guys.
gotta leave them guessing, man.
Yeah, you got go back to the VOD and watch what happened. Double Dom says, "LOL, best thing ever at Moist Weenus." I'm not sure exactly what that could be referring to, but I'll take it.
I could make a guess. I'm gonna say it's probably your little splash screen that you throw up there.
It could be. It could. Maybe it's the air horn and the lights. I don't know. It's all. It's all goofy. But anyways, so and as we were in game 1, I'm joined by Yatoila. Thank you so much for joining me in this cast. I really appreciate it. Is there anything you want to talk about before we get into game 2?
No, I'm kind of going over the notes that I have for game 1. I kind of expected 4+1 to play a little more aggressive with the comp they had. Diablo, Mouth, Greymane, Gul'dan. I don't like the Tyrael. I wish they had something else, something maybe like a Sonya. I don't really know about the Falstad, especially into the Tracer. But overall, a little more aggression out of them and maybe not let Kerrigan and Tracer in this time around.
Yeah, Kerrigan and Tracer were a problem. Let's see if they mix things up and put themselves in the running for winning game number 2. So I'm gonna check with the team, see if they're still ready. Don't want to surprise them by launching into the game when they're not set. All right. We have 1 team confirmed. Can I get 2? Geek72. Okay, Geek72 is ready. All right, so we are going to go into game 2. Let's switch into draft. And away we go. I love this rubber chicken. Like, it's on an unhealthy level. Like, this chicken is... It's gotten so much use, and my dog freaks out like whenever she hears it because she thinks it's for her.
Oh, nice.
I know. I feel a little bad. I'm like,
I start doing that every time like a crazy kill happens. Just start squeaking the chicken.
Well, that's what it's there for, but sometimes I forget about it. You can't always be squeezing the chicken, if you know what I mean, especially while casting. I don't know if that's what I meant to say, but I said it. Here we are. All right, so we're going to see the Phoenix ban right away from 4+1. I guess
I think that's a little over prioritized right now. Personally, I don't think Phoenix is first pick material anymore. Did he mean to post those up? Wait,
Fidel Cashflow says Junkrat Hanzo Ragnaros. I don't know. Maybe that means what they're planning on playing. Maybe not. Oh,
give him some backseat coaching here. Anyways,
it could just be deception in the lobby chat. No one knows. Double Dom says yes, the intermission. Yeah, the intermission does have I love the music. It's just like this really cheesy elevator music, and then it has Smithel dancing in some kind of costume, which you got to support NGS where you can.
Hanzo again. So anyways, what I was saying, I don't think Phoenix is a first hero. He's still really, really good. I definitely think he's one of the carries that you want. I think there's better people you can ban out. We're going to see a Stukov pick. We're going to flip the tables a little bit here.
Yeah, Stukov
really didn't like those silence.
Yeah, great job by Massive Whiff by putting down all those great silences, and I think that helped keep Diablo off of the Tracer, and I think that was advantageous for them. So 4+1 says, all right, this time we're going to take the Stukov, and we're going to see if we can do the same thing to you. And this is a map, Volskaya Foundry, where both teams are going to be grouped up on the objective. And actually, I think I remember talking about the same point with you the last game that we casted together. Is he is going to be able to do a lot of zoning with that silence on the objective.
Yes. I really want Massive Whiff to be like, all right, fine. You're going to take our Stukov. We're going to take your Diablo mount. And we're going to show you how to use it.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if they pick up Diablo and have better luck diving into the Stukov silence.
Even better.
Nasty.
Oof, I totally forgot about the Garrosh.
Massive Whiff picking up the Malfurion Garrosh. This is a dirty combo.
You get the zoning from mouth, right? Same way the Stukov silence does, except you've got a Garrosh barreling towards your face, ready to just throw you into the team. I love it.
Yeah, I could see Malfurion Roots being on either side of the combo. If Garrosh is up close enough, maybe he'll just toss them, stun them, and then Roots at the same time. Or maybe the Roots will be played first by Malfurion, allowing Garrosh to catch up. I could see that being played on both sides. I really like these two picks. It's gonna be
they're gonna
scary.
take the Kerrigan again. Oh, there's no way they don't, right? Garrosh throw, mouth roots, Kerrigan. Kerrigan doesn't even have to land a combo, right? She just throws her impaling spikes down, and it's just gonna hit whoever she wants it to hit.
Diablo picked up from 4+1, changing that skin. I believe that's a banned skin, but
no,
Archangel,
the angelic, or the Archangel skin.
Yeah, so they swapped off of that real quick. So that was.
I think he did that last game too.
Yeah.
You see the Thrall pick up. Thrall is exceptionally strong on this map. You're always brawling for so long around that point, and it takes a few minutes for Thrall to stack up that Crash Lightning.
Absolutely.
30 stacks, and he's a monster after that.
Absolutely. And, this time, they still have a ban. 4+1 still has a ban coming up right now, so they could, maybe they decide that they want to ban. They might ban the Tracer or the Kerrigan, but I think either of those are going to be high on their list of bans because I don't think they like playing against either of those heroes. I think Kerrigan might be a little scarier with this comp, although Tracer too. I don't know. Do you think they're going to ban one of those two heroes?
I feel like they have to after what happened last game. I mean, so personally, I'd ban the Kerrigan.
All right, I'll pick Tracer.
The Tracer was good, and she was terrifying.
It's the Tracer.
All right, with the Garrosh, I do the Kerrigan. I felt like the Kerrigan set up more than the Tracer did last game. The Tracer really didn't start picking up damage until more towards the end.
Yeah.
But either one, seeing how Massive Whiff played both of them, I think either one of them was the choice.
Yeah, absolutely. So Massive Whiff has the chance to pick up the Kerrigan, decides not to, grabs the Nazebo instead.
They still have another pick. They're going to take the Chromie.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm not 100% sold on Chromie Garrosh.
It kind of seems like it's a little bit... you don't have enough direct attention after a throw and a roots. It seems like you kind of want someone right there, then and there, that can finish them off. Chromie, if Chromie has enough lead, she's got the range, so she could probably hit him if she lines things up good enough. But I know it feels like you want someone right there on top to help finish off after the toss.
Maybe they're waiting. Maybe they're going to take if they take the Kerrigan for the 5th slot, I love the Chromie pick. Because then you have a character that will, like, Chromie gets anything, right? You have the Kerrigan there to follow it up, right? And if someone gets killed or gets decked by Chromie, right? They take a Chromie Q, they take a Chromie W. If Kerrigan's even within range, they're dead.
She's gonna just jump and go to town.
Right.
Last two picks for 4+1 coming out right now.
Kael'thas and Stitches. Okay.
Interesting. I feel like.
So are they gonna throw the ball in the solo lane? Are they gonna throw the Stitches in the solo lane?
I'm pretty sure they'll put Thrall as the solo laner.
Yeah, but then maybe they throw.
And then I think they rotate as 4.
And still go Crash Lightning. And then, right, because Thrall's Crash Lightning stacks are mostly going to be done over objective.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really need it. And if they're doing a 4-man rotation, you don't really want to worry about stacking or even getting picks, right? You're more worried about clearing the wave fast. Maybe you get a pick, right? But it is Garrosh, Malfurion, and Chromie. You're not looking for the picks because it's very possible that the moment you try to go for one, if you don't kill Garrosh, they're going to punish you for it.
Yeah, I think they're going to send Thrall. Oh, you called it.
There it is.
There's the Kerrigan. Good call.
They had to have done it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it, looking at the Naz Chromie. I don't think they were afraid of 4+1 picking up the Kerrigan themselves. It doesn't fit with what they want. Thrall, Diablo. Maybe it could work. But really, overall, it's not something I think that Massive Whiff would have been worried about. The Chromie, on the other hand, what is something, right? She's really good on this map. The poke that she can put in, especially around that point, with a Thrall Diablo, that can be pretty devastating.
Yeah, I feel like 4+1 are trying to build a comp that can sustain fighting on the point for a long time, and I think Massive Whiff again is going with a comp of blowing up heroes, getting those kills. So we'll see which play style wins out here, and but I'm excited and I'm looking forward to this game too.
So let's see how do they have to play, right? Massive Whiff, they're looking for Chromie to just dish out some damage. The moment Kerrigan and Garrosh see someone that's low on health, they're gonna jump in and combo them. That's it. That's their whole game plan.
All right, you heard it here first from Yotoila. He called it. On the blue team, Team 4+1, we have Geek72 on the Stitches. We have True Bite playing the Diablo. We have Pedro on the Stukov, Fidel Cashflow on the KT, and Twitchy Neon on the Thrall.
And on the right side, we have Massive Whiff. We have Ruben Ripper on the Malfurion, K Shizzle on the Kerrigan, Mama's Meat on the Zebo, Zanzibar on the Chromie, and Zane KT, not on the KT, but on the Garrosh.
All right, here we go. Game 2.
They changed it. Did
someone leave? Someone roles. Disconnect?
Pause? They have to pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure. They changed up their roles. Zane KT was on KT last game. Now he's playing Garrosh. What? Oh. Oh, no, that's interesting. Who did they flip then? Zanzibar was playing tank last.
All right. Just want to let them know that when the time is right, we will be doing the resuming. Just because I've seen where teams just automatically say, okay, we're going, and then they don't do a countdown. True Bite forgot to feed the hamster powering his modem. Sometimes that happens. Jumping over to Twitch chat. Professor Bobo asked me, was that a silver bullet? Because I was drinking out of a silver can. You can believe whatever you want, but if you want the boring answer is no. It's a seltzer water. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I might have to sneak some other stuff when the camera's not on us. No one really knows what could be consumed.
Right. If I want to drink a beer, right, I have to koozie it up, right, so no one can see what I'm drinking, and I'm just it's Coke, right?
Professor Bobo
can't show it all.
Yeah, Professor Bobo says, I'm a fan of the banquet. I mean, it's fit for a banquet. Dilly dilly. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong brand. But I do love those commercials. To the pit of misery, dilly dilly. This cast has been brought to you by our sponsors. So we're gonna wait a couple minutes here.
Sitting here thinking, I'm looking at their draft still. I'm really trying to figure out how 4+1 does anything.
I think they have to out-sustain. I think they have to out-sustain and win it on the point, because I don't think they're going to win in a situation where they don't have Thrall. When you have Stitches and Diablo running around with your Stukov and your KT, I think your tanks are just trying to keep them alive and to keep the combo off of them. They may be relying on the Stitches to get a hook and then an execute, but I'm not sure.
It's got to be, right? You got Stitches, KT, Diablo, Stukov, right? Stitches hook into Gravity Lapse into Diablo, flip, stun back into the tower. But that's only going to work for so long, right? If I'm Massive Whiff, I'm hanging back. I'm staying to a point where they can't hook me into. You can't hook me into range of the tower from a Diablo charge, right? Which basically means you're playing really far back, but you have a Chromie. So you don't really need to be up, right? In fact, they could play in mid lane and top lane, and they could let the minions go to the towers and soak them there. You have Chromie, you have massive amounts of anti-siege. They don't really have the wave clear.
Sorry, I got a little distracted by Fidel Cashflow. My name is Fidel. I'm an Aries. I like long walks on the beach and picnics at the park. Also enjoy reading erotic novels on my off time. Zane KT. Man. What do you do for work? Fidel Cashflow. I'm a part-time stripper, and I also do hair, putting myself through nursing school. Well, you do what you got to do, Fidel Cashflow, because you got to make that money one way or another.
Working hard some way, right?
Yeah. All right. Let's see. How we looking, folks? Yeah. Sane KT. I like a man in scrubs.
We are seeing Crash Lightning from the Thrall. We're actually seeing Mana Addict from the KT instead of Convection.
Hmm.
Smart, right? He doesn't get blown up. It gives him a little bit of a barrier against Chromie. Maybe a blow up from the Garrosh Kerrigan after 20 globes. Let's see. Seeing this, the silence increased from Stukov. Toad's build from the Nazebo. We did see Time Walker's Pursuit picked up by the Chromie. Very good stone control. 15 globes. You get an extra 5% spell power. Once again, Impaling Blades. Bonus damage from the Kerrigan. And Warbreaker from the Garrosh. So deals bonus damage after stunning 5 heroes and reduces the cooldown of it by 2 seconds after hitting 15 heroes. Makes sense, right?
Yep.
Extra stuns into the Chromie Kerrigan.
And I think, I don't know. I don't know if this game is going to go late or not, but if it does, Nazebo will be there waiting.
Hope it goes late. It is kind of interesting, right? They made it to 20 last time, which is prime Nazebo spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
This map can go a lot faster though, with the buffs that they gave the Protector Triglav, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, with the buffs to the Triglav, they can snowball really, really early, and they can finish the game around the second or third, depending on how well they do with clearing the lanes up, how many kills they get, which obviously was not an issue for them last game. They are allowed to play with a bot. I believe they have 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's call it at 8:35. We'll call it.
Actually, I think it's 15 minutes total, since neither of them was late. I think. Oh, let me go look that up while we're sitting here waiting real quick, so I know for the future.
Yeah, I think it might be 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes total time across all disconnects, I believe.
And yeah, and if disconnect can rejoin at any time.
Professor Bobo says Fidel Cashflow. Goddamn, these kids are killing it. Murda says Fidel Cashflow versus Mama Meat. The dream battle. Bot lane. Respect the fight.
Yeah. Can you tell? Ooh, okay. So it's been I'd say about 5 minutes, I think.
All right.
Oh. He's counting down.
Oh, wow.
He can't do it.
All right, so I guess both teams are ready. I'm just going to ask him one more time just to make sure I don't start it. All right, ready and ready? Okay.
So
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Alrighty. And we see, okay, Spell Shield out of Stitches to deal with the Chromie. Hook!
A swing and a miss. Swing, bada, bada.
Chromie chunking away at that, say, back line, back minions.
True Bite hiding down in or below, seeing if anyone starts rotating but doesn't catch anything. And we're going to see Mama's Meat going ahead bottom, and we're going to see the rest of Massive Whiff start rotating top. Saved by the gate.
It looks like they're going to put the Stitches in the solo lane. Alright. Better than the Thrall, I suppose. You don't really want 2 tanks in your 4-man.
Massive Whiff, yeah, that was a good call. Massive Whiff goes ahead and is clearing these lanes quite quickly, doing a good job of rotating, picks up the early experience lead. I don't know, unless they get a lucky hook bottom. I think the Stitches is probably gonna have to be playing heavily defensively against this Nazebo.
Oh, definitely.
Ooh, a toss onto True Bite.
Oh.
A root coming down, and then a Kerrigan pull.
Oh no, the Thrall! Ah, no follow-up, alright. Look at the Nazebo though. Nazebo is going to be soaking 2 lanes here by the looks of it. Or try to. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Diablo's rotating down. Yeah, you're not going to kill a Nazebo with just 2 of them.
Ooh,
Nope.
almost. Nice dodge by Mama's Meat.
Massive Whiff has this Stitch's number right now, and they are dodging all the calls.
Yep, they're very aware of the Stitches. They know that they can get them into trouble, and they're doing a good job of avoiding a lot of Geek 72's hooks. So.
And Nazebo's already up to 30 stacks, doing really, really well there. Chromie's kind of falling behind a little bit, but that's alright. She'll have time to stack it later. Thrall gets pulled by the Kerrigan, and looks like nothing's going to really happen there.
That was a good route from Twitchy Neon to help him get out.
You know, I want to see some more aggressive time trap placement from this Chromie.
Yeah.
I also want her to see her stop using her W on a wave.
Be a very good setup. Diablo gets tossed again. Diablo gets
Kerrigan
rooted.
combo into it, and Diablo, there goes. Mouth auto for the last second.
A lot of damage from the KT coming out onto Massive Whiff, spreading that flame.
Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem to matter.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to keep them, they're not going to have to retreat or go back, but a lot of damage coming out from KT, which is nice to see. Ooh.
Needs to work on his throws a little bit, but that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the objective is now spawned. We're going to see it started by 4+1. The throws so far that I was about to say from Garrosh have been on Diablo, the tank, and they're still managing to get the kill. Just imagine if they actually seem to land one of the backliners. It could be so much worse. Now we're going to see this.
Indomitable by Garrosh there too, so he can get in. There goes the throw on the Diablo again. Looks like Diablo's going to make it out though.
This time avoids the roots.
She's in an okay position. I don't know. Oh, okay, not anymore.
Ooh.
Thrall Thrall wanted her.
Goes down, so there goes Kerrigan. And now we'll see if this sustain build is going to pay off. Missed hook.
Yeah, looks like there's going to be a little bit of poking.
Yep, Geek 72 and TrueBite are going to try to do a lot of the tanking out front and keep Massive Whiff off their back line.
So unfortunately, the Kerrigan kind of went in alone. She didn't really wait for anyone, and the 3 backliners just kind of turned on her and started beating her up. They're going to give their 99%, so Massive Whiff's going to come in here, take over.
Toss on the Diablo.
4+1 doesn't care.
Root on the Diablo
Kerrigan,
as well.
Look at this Kerrigan. She cannot hold against the Thrall.
Garrosh getting a little bit low, having to back off. KT was in the top lane. KT's staying in the top lane.
Yeah, he's probably trying to get him 7 real quick. There's 7. Maybe they get a slight advantage here before...
You're right.
Before Whiff hits 7, and then...
KT is coming back down.
Right now.
Now's the best chance they're going to have before they pick up 7.
Oh, Kerrigan goes on the KT! Oh!
KT!
The Diablo saves KT!
Oh.
And Chromie says it doesn't matter.
Yeah, KT still goes down after a great heal from Stukov.
Diablo's going in on the...
On the Chromie. Chromie goes down.
Takes down the Chromie. Kerrigan making a run for her life.
Kerrigan gets away. But this first protector might go to 4+1.
I believe that's going to be it. This is okay, though, right? They have a Chromie. She's at 21 stacks. This is prime stacked. What does Chromie do? Hits the Triglav. Triglav's not fast enough to dodge it. You know, realistically, Whiff is kind of playing the long game here, right? You have a Chromie, you have an Azebo.
Yeah, they don't mind drawing this out.
This is perfect. Perfect for the Chromie. If she can hit a Q.
Right?
We're going to see a Kerrigan come on the Diablo, and Diablo says he doesn't care.
Oh, there's my dog in the background.
The well. I love the call to get the well first. This also, if the Triglav spawns top next, there's no well for Whiff to back up to.
Yeah, this sets up the next protector in a good position for 4+1.
Chromie is sieging away, but I don't see a lot of damage, honestly. 23 stacks, so not too bad. 25. That Nazebo is already at 75 stacks, though. Which is... Oof. So good.
Oh, a nice laser. I mean, first protector, and they managed to get the first top fort and the well. I mean, I think they pushed really well and got a lot of good value out of it.
You know, and Chromie didn't get quite as much value out of it as I thought she was going to. She's still only at 25 stacks. She didn't get that many stacks off the Triglav, which is huge for her. She should be getting a bunch of stacks in that time limit. She should be able to hit a Q every time it's off cooldown against Triglav, which unfortunately she wasn't able to do.
4+1 are going to go ahead and pick up their fortification camp, and we're going to see the siege camp picked up by Massive Whiff.
We do see Slowing Sands picked up by Chromie for her level 8, 9, 8. It's a little late.
10's hit first for 4+1.
Ooh.
Flailing Swipe, Sundering, Apocalypse, Phoenix,
and Gorge. Ooh.
Ooh, there goes.
What did I miss?
Thrall went down in this engage.
Uh-oh.
And we
I didn't mean to miss that one, but Thrall goes down. He did it. They killed him. Woohoo! Anyways.
It happened. We're still getting a hold on this this ultimate pick from Stitches.
It is.
There it
vile.
is.
All right, and on Whiff's side, we have Twilight Dream, Maelstrom, we have Gargantuan, and Warlord's Challenge. Pretty standard. Gargantuan,
I like Gargantuan when you're trying to push down forts and things like that. Just makes it a little easier.
That's true. I'm a really big fan of Ravenous Spirit though, because that thing is terrifying.
On K-Shizzle.
We're gonna see
Kerrigan running.
Kerrigan looks like she is running as
big
fast
taunt on
as can.
KT, and KT
Twilight
goes
Dream
down. But Kerrigan gets picked as well. Geek72 is throwing down some bile, trying to chase, but
Garrosh telling that Nazebo to back up.
Good.
Garrosh getting
on Garrosh. Sometimes that's not necessarily the hero you want to hook back into your team.
Yeah, it looks like really good silences coming out of Stukov here. It's actually kind of messing with the Garrosh a little. He can't get in and throw people like he wants to. I do want to point out though, you know, they took top fort. 4+1 took the top fort, and their experience has been pretty even because of the Nazebo. Nazebo is actually up 2,500 experience over the next highest person on 4+1. So there's a huge jump there.
Could be seeing a rotation for a pick. There will be no opportunity for 4+1 to get that Nazebo, but they were trying. The objective will be up in 15 seconds, so 4+1
we see
better
Whiff
get out
taking
of...
the healing camp. Good call there. They got to be careful of the rotation and the roots to zone it out. Absolutely perfect. I love the way that they did that.
Ooh, a sneaky hook almost making its way in there. I do enjoy a sneaky hooker.
Access terminal online.
Don't tell my lawyer. All right, so Massive
Looks
Whiff.
like they're going to get up there. We got the turret thrown down already on the side of Massive Whiff for a little bit of zoning.
Control of that
Nothing
corner
too
will start
crazy.
the objective for Massive Whiff, that tiny corner.
Hook the Garrosh. Charge the Garrosh. Put the Garrosh in the pole.
APOC comes down.
APOC kind of missed everything. Nazebo in some massive amount of trouble though. Sunder comes out. Maelstrom goes out.
Kerrigan in trouble,
And
goes
they
down.
do not care. Kerrigan's dead. Thrall gets
72
thrown
getting
away.
very low. Ooh, a nice hook onto Garrosh. Garrosh will probably make it
Ooh,
out.
Perfect route there. He's going to make it out only because that route. That Diablo ran right into the root, and it absolutely messed up that charge.
True Bite almost getting taken out as well. Zebo trying to poke onto the point. And Chromie poking as well,
I just
landing
realized.
damage onto Fidel Castro up flow.
Oh,
Nice.
On Chromie's going to stasis out, but it's only a matter of time. There she goes.
That's a big pick for
Dropped it early.
4+1.
You know, I like the decision to drop it early. Otherwise, that was another 8 seconds of death timers that she was going to waste. Better to just die, get it over with quickly so she can get back in.
Yep,
This is
Nazebo.
not going as well for Massive Whiff as the last game was.
Nazebo is giving up that point for right now, trying to get some push happening in the bottom lane, and doing so quite well. 152 stacks right now.
That is crazy for level 13.
Voodoo Ritual, yep.
He only needs 175 for level 20.
Looks like they're just going to give it up. By the time Nazebo comes back up, I think it's going to be too late. And this Protector is going to go to 4+1.
You know, something interesting. The Diablo did not go the spell armor here either. He actually went Diabolical Momentum, which is reduced cooldown of his Overpower and Charge by 1.5 seconds every time he autos.
We'll see if he agrees
Which
with
is
that
kind of interesting.
after eating some damage from Chromie. She can put out
You
a lot
know,
of
Chromie
damage.
has been throwing stuff at him consistently. He has been getting consistently thrown, Kerrigan comboed. I don't think he cares.
True Bite getting very
Now
low.
he cares. All right. I take it all back.
But he will be up soon. 100 souls. We have Thrall and Stitches in the Protector. They're going to back out of top and see if they can maybe get some more value mid before the Protector goes down.
You know, they got the Gargantuan out from Nazebo, which was pretty solid. He didn't really do... Once Gargantuan's out, it doesn't really move, right? So, not a huge... Kind of a huge cooldown, zoning cooldown especially for the side of Massive Whiff.
Karash taking a lot of damage. Malfurion taking a lot of burn damage as well. And the Protector will keep marching bottom.
Alright. Lots of damage. They're getting a lot of value out of these Protectors. They get the full front wall except for one tower on that fort. Or keep, sorry, on the top lane. You're going to take down at least the gate here, maybe? Maybe not.
Disengaged by
A little bit of
Stukov.
counter synergy there.
Yeah,
That's
after
alright.
a hook by a hook by Stitches. Maybe Stitches wasn't trying to hook Garrosh, and Stukov's like, "Oh, let me help you out, buddy. You didn't mean to pick him up."
Are you ever trying to hook Garrosh? Come on now.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be quite the duo, Stitches and Garrosh.
But, you know, look at this. Despite everything that just happened with that last Protector, Massive Whiff is still ahead in experience here. That Chromie only has 49 stacks. We have 184 stacks on Nazebo right now, so as soon as they hit 20, Nazebo is going to start dealing some massive amount of damage. And Chromie just needs to stack. They get Chromie stacked, and she's good to go.
She's close. She's at 49, so she's on her way. But one thing I do like that 4+1 did is, yeah, they didn't get all the XP advantage that they could, but they've set it up. They've cleared a lot of structures that would be keeping them from getting these forts, and I think next time they get a Protector, they might just get it. They might get all that banked XP. Garrosh hiding out, getting a three-way
bad
taunt.
position here. Body blocked, and he's going to go down.
Garrosh goes
Did get
down.
APOC on two people, Chromie and Kerrigan.
Kerrigan
Looks like Kerrigan's
is
going
getting
to fall
chased.
here.
Yeah,
there it goes.
She gets down.
Chromie
a lot of
doing
tower
some
shots
deep
going out on the
there.
Diablo, and the
Chromie, don't do
tower.
it. It's not worth it. Chromie, no. All right,
And,
she's out. Woo.
A hook maybe on this Nazebo? Or no, they're just full disengaging.
They can turn it around. They got to throw one good hook. That's all they need.
Nope,
and
they're
they're
just
gonna
going to back
leave.
it up.
Take a little bit of damage from the Chromie. They'll heal it back up here shortly. Nothing too much to worry about. KT looking to clear that camp by himself. They're coming to teammates. All right.
He's going to get some help from his buddies, but he is going to take some damage in the meantime.
He still has another 8 seconds till Stukov comes out, too.
We're gonna see that.
Maybe he just health regens it out.
Siege Camp also picked up on the side of Massive Whiff, so those camps are going to go fight each other. Zebo returning to the bottom
still
lane.
1,500 experience ahead on the side of Massive Whiff and experience. That's crazy. After all this, like, I mean, I guess kill-wise, they're pretty even, actually. They're 7-7, right? Yeah, 4+1 has 2 Triglovs. Chromie got her quest complete. That means she's going to start dealing about 5% more spell damage, which really counts up there.
Excellent.
You know, I want to point out that Massive Whiff still has all the forts to take. That's experience to 20 right there. The Zebo is getting body
Mama's
blocked to
meat.
death here.
Oh,
He is rather tanky though. Wastes the Sunder.
and Massive Whiff does
No.
get the fort in the top lane.
So the trade top fort for bottom fort. They still have that camp pushing. Maybe it'll take out a tower. Maybe not. Who knows?
Control
4+1
the
You know,
are
we
going
got
to
that
sit on this
Nazebo.
point.
Protector.
That Nazebo has 5,500 health.
Yeah, he's pretty
It's
much a tank.
215 stacks. Thrall's not going to kill him. Maybe Kael'thas can kill him. I doubt it. At this point in time, they need to stop worrying about the Nazebo. They're not going to do anything to him. He doesn't care. He's going to walk away.
Garrosh has 4,000 health, just as a reference.
50, almost 1,500, 100, yeah, 1,500 health more than
And that number
Garrosh.
will continue to grow as the match goes on. Massive Whiff still has that
Just
camp pushing in the top
To
lane.
really put it in perspective, Diablo's max health right now at 34 stacks is 5,600. So Nazebo has as much health as Diablo.
Diablo taking a
So
taunt,
Twilight
a root,
Dream,
a Twilight
what it
Dream.
looks like.
There goes the APOC, which does land on the Chromie and the Kerrigan.
Oh my god, there's so much happening everywhere. What's going on? Gargantuan doing some work on the Stukov.
And Diablo does go down.
Diablo's gonna fall from a
KT is
a
in
crazy
trouble.
Kerrigan, whatever you want to call it, that I'm can't see because everyone's everyone right now.
Yep, Thrall
Thrall
taking
is
so
gonna
much
die after
damage will go
Kerrigan.
down. Fidel Cashflow gets a
There's the shield. I don't think it's gonna matter though.
No.
And they're gonna take out 2.
Stukov.
And Stukov was the only one left. The lone survivor.
Well, Stitches. I think Stukov
Stitches.
took a dirt nap as well.
The other one with the S.
Yeah, but that was a great fight from Massive Whiff. They came in late to the objective, but they won the team fight, and now they should be able to get this objective on their own without a whole lot of contest because the death respawns. Ziva goes
We're just gonna
mid.
put Garrosh on it.
It's a race
Zebo
to
is gonna
20.
Finish stacking. It's a race for one of them. I think it's a slow crawl for the other.
Well, yeah, I think it's a race to 20 for Massive Whiff before they have their next fight. I think that's what they want to get.
The
This
unfortunate
siege
part is
camp.
they don't get the opportunity. They have 2 levels until 20. Massive Whiff just got Triglov.
4+1
And
is
Triglov
gonna,
is going to chunk.
4+1 is going to put up a massive defense here. But that camp that was pushing top during that whole contest for Massive Whiff, it got a tower and the gate and a lot of that structure
They're
in the
going to
top
put the
lane.
Kerrigan and the Garrosh in here. Look at that, just chunking away at the towers. Like, they're not even there. Like,
Nazeebo will
beta
be-
paper
yeah.
here.
Nazeebo will be pushing by himself too to take out that fort, solo.
See, just turn around, just hit the fort. No? Alright.
Gonna
I
clear
think
out
they're a
that
little
second
worried
tower.
about maybe 4+1 diving the back line. They are gonna... Are they gonna get the kill on the KT? They are not. Apok comes out, hits the Chromie. Diablo comes in on the Chromie. Twilight Dream out. Looks like everyone might walk away though. Nope. KT's gonna fall for the Triglov. You can't massive or swipe the Triglov away. It's not gonna work.
Massive Whiff doing a really good job of using the Protector to tank for the back line on an engage off of the keep, and then turning the fight and doing so much damage, eventually getting the kill. Yep. And so they're gonna
Ooh,
take
the Stitches
this
are getting
keep.
exceptionally low.
Stitches
Zebo
running-
is hungry for that Stitches
Ooh, is
kill.
that enough? Oh, a nice save by Pedro to keep Stitches alive. That poison damage was gonna do him in.
One more kill and I believe that would have been... They would have gone for core immediately. Triglov is going to expire though. It looks like they're going to play back a little bit, not wanting to engage with the KT coming up so soon. I would want them to go take that healer camp, go invade the siege camp on the left side, flex your 20 advantage. You have a full level until 4+1 is 20.
Almost a 3-level advantage.
This is crazy. This is such a huge advantage for him right now. They need to flex it though. They really don't want 4+1 to get to 20. I don't really know how much of a difference it makes at this point. The Zebo has 274 stacked. They're gonna engage anyways. Thrall is
There
gonna
goes
die caught
Thrall.
in the Zebo.
Chromie
Stasis
and
on the
Stasis,
Chromie.
yeah.
She's gonna live though. I don't think that's who he meant to throw, but it'll work out.
Yep, Geek
Kerrigan
72
getting
having
up
to
in
back
personal
off.
with the Diablo. Going on the Stukov. Now it's gonna whiff her combo. Apok comes out. Diablo's gonna die anyways.
Yeah, this is
Look at
definitely
this
going to be...
Nazebo. Look how kill hungry he is.
Well, he has almost 7,000 health now.
Good lord.
That's
That's too much health.
It's-
Someone nerf Nazebo.
It's Tanky Magoo. So this mid keep will go down.
He's gonna get grabbed.
They-
He's gonna ice block.
Is this...
KT is gonna fall to the Kerrigan. Twilight Dream
There
comes out on the
goes
Stitches.
KT. There goes Stitches.
falls
This
to-
will be game.
This should be game here.
Game?
100%.
Game 2 looking like it's going to go to Massive Whiff. Core's at 90%. 70.
Oh man.
50,
Yeah, that's gonna fall.
40,
Thrall's not gonna be able to clean him out like
20.
that.
10. That is it.
That Nazebo single-handedly won this game.
Oh my goodness. That
His
was...
push, his experience soak. He's the only reason that they didn't get out soaked. And the only reason I feel personally that 4+1 didn't snowball. Look at the experience. Nazebo had 25,000 experience soaked. The highest one on 4+1 was 10.5. 15,000 experience over the next highest person. 12 over the next highest.
Mama's Meat doing a really good job of realizing if they're not going to be focusing on the objective right then, right there, to go ahead and split off into another lane until their team is ready to engage again, really soaking up every chance to get that XP possible. The matchup between Nazebo and Stitches also favors Nazebo. Stitches wasn't really able to do a lot against Nazebo unless you land a lucky hook, and if you stand with all the minions, you're going to be okay. So I think that 4+1 had a little bit of trouble dealing with the Nazebo early game and matching that XP race, and then at the end, Nazebo was just so thick. It was
7,000 health on a specialist.
Oh my
Insane.
goodness! All right,
He was tankier than the Garrosh plus the ice block, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to kill him.
All right.
That was great.
I'm gonna see if Ruben Ripper wants to come in for an interview again. Yep, he says sure. All right.
I also want to make the point real quick. I mentioned earlier that the experience was really close. Their kills were really close after they got after 4+1 got their second Triglav. 17-7 was the end score.
Hello, sir. Ruben Ripper. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well played. That was very, very exciting to watch.
I hope so. I have a friend in from out of town, and he's in the other room watching the stream, and he is snoring on my couch.
Well, it must be our fault, my fault for not being entertaining enough. But you'll just have to wake him up. Get your rubber chicken, put it right in his ear, and
there you go.
give him a good blast. But yeah, congratulations! A solid game one,
thank you.
Solid game two. Were you building for game two?
Mm-hmm.
We weren't sure if you're going to pick the Kerrigan or not. Did you have plans on picking up the Tracer?
We were flexible. I didn't think we were probably gonna go for the Nazebo. And then once we had the Nazebo, our last pick, we considered a lot of things. We considered going into a Sonya. We thought we had a lot of options, but our Kerrigan play has been at a very high level recently, so we decided to stick with what's been working.
K-Shizzle played great last game. Didn't in game one. Played great in game two. Didn't get quite all of the trophies that she set up for the Tracer. Doing a lot of the hard work and Tracer swooping in, but that was a great play too, because that just would give the Tracer more and more stacks. That was really good sacrifice played by Kerrigan as well in a few spots. So, do you guys ever play Phoenix?
We have one guy who thinks he can.
That's confidence right there.
Yeah. No, we've not in any kind of practice comps. We've played him in quick match. I've been wrecked by him a couple times in Hero League, but it just seems pretty standard to ban.
Well, compared to your play on Tracer and with Kerrigan, like I think that's way more dangerous than most Phoenix players. You guys, that was pretty savage. Ryan at 2 a.m. says thick boy, and I'm fairly certain he's referring to Nazebo, who had about 7,000 health at the end of that game.
That was terrifying.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Yatolia?
Actually, I have two questions. So the first one is, explain to me the Hanzo ban. I have a couple of ideas about it myself, but I did notice that you guys banned him first, even when you were first picked. So do you guys just not prioritize him at all?
We hadn't thought about. We didn't want to pick him for the comp we had, and we did a little bit of homework, or one of our guys did a little bit of homework, and he said it looked like they picked Hanzo before in other games in the NGS, so we went ahead and did that.
Okay. And game two. Game one went rather swimmingly, right? No real hiccups except for the boss, but you guys turned that around really easily.
Yeah, we also were not ready for that, but when he actually capped it, we're like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah, I made the comment. You guys threw the Tracer and the Kerrigan up to kind of scout it out and look at it. And I made the comment that realistically, I think you guys should have moved the ETC out because the ETC could have dead stopped the Tyrael before you ever got the chance to do it.
Yeah.
But game 2, you guys definitely struggled early game, right? They got 2 Triglav protectors off.
Yeah.
Were you guys worried at that point?
No. Actually, we actually had Linus casted our game on Volskaya yesterday with a very similar plan, and it was slow roll the entire time. And we said our plan for that particular comp was kind of, live to 20, let Nazebo win the game. And today we were actually able to get to 21st. We did a pretty good job on our rotations and capitalizing on the structures when they were available to get us to 20. But the whole plan was those first couple of protectors, we can let them go, but we wanted that level 20.
I thought it was really well played. I noticed, throughout the whole game, because of the Naz, he didn't show up too terribly often to team fights. He was constantly stacking. But I think by level 13, he already had over 175 stack.
Yeah.
Really quick, right? Like,
yeah, he called that out. He called that out in the chat when he hit 175, and as I looked up, I was like, well, we got a long way to go to 20. So
that was insane, right? He's super beefy. He's got the ice block. He stands up front. I watched him right at the end there, right? It's like, I think it was 20 on 19, 21 on 19, something like that. And he's just walking into 3 of them throwing toads out, like without a care in the world. Like he's like, here, like I brought you something, and like everyone's running away, right? There's this like tank walking up to them. They're like, we're good. I'm like, no thanks. I thought it was exceptionally well played. It was a treat to watch.
I appreciate it.
I love watching those sort of war of attrition games where you're just playing for that long game there.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations to both teams.
Thanks so much.
Both teams played very hard. Do you have any shout outs that you would like to give Ruben Ripper?
I got 2 shout outs. One to Fidel Cashflow. The guy's hilarious. I've never played with him. I don't know him, but I would like to know him.
Very entertaining. Yep.
And then also, on a more serious note, one of our players is going to be gone for the next couple weeks. Our Nazebo player. So.
No more mama's meat for a couple weeks.
For a couple weeks. So we'll be missing him, but he's played really well so far, and we appreciate that. So
awesome. Before we let you go, I just have one more question for you that is not NGS or HOTS related at all.
Yes.
You don't have to answer, but do you have what's the most embarrassing recent story that's happened to you?
Most embarrassing recent story?
If you wave at somebody at the grocery store that you think that's like your friend, and then you get closer and you're like, oh, I've made a huge mistake. Can you think of anything embarrassing that you can share? You don't have to, but if anything,
I'm sorry, I'm such a letdown. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
You know what this means, right? This means they're all embarrassing, and he's just
this moment right now. But yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to let you guys down.
No, there's no worries. I'll tell one of mine. I recently tried to shake the hand of a blind man, and that was very embarrassing. But I don't think they didn't see me do it, but they could tell that I was really embarrassed, and I tried to do something that was wrong. But they were very nice, very understanding. I just felt horrible, but I'm a horrible human being, so everything is right in the world. Thank you so much, Ruben Ripper.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Have a good one, and congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, so I just want to say once again, congratulations to both teams. I really enjoyed this series. Thank you to 4+1. Thank you to Massive Whiff. Thank you to Yatoila. Thank you for co-casting with me today. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me. These 2 games that I've casted with you have been an absolute blast.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun. Where can people find you?
I should have, within the next couple weeks, my own stream at twitch.tv/YATOILA. I'm on Twitter at YATOILA. Little bit of work going in, but hopefully, fingers crossed, in the next couple weeks, everything will be up and running for me.
I'm pointing at it on video, so both those are up there. Well, I look forward to seeing your streams when those go up, and who knows, maybe I'll jump on one of those one of these days. We'll see. I better update the score before the stream is over. There we go. Okay, so there's the final score. 2 game domination, Massive Whiff. You can find me on Twitter at MoistWeenus. You can find me on Twitch if you're watching this. It's twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. But I think that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you all so much in Twitch chat and for watching the stream. Have a great night, and we will see you next time.